United have spent over £200 million this summer, but they've also got some big names off their books, including Marcus Rashford and Alejandro Garnacho. I mean, look, we've got Sancho, Antony, Rashford, Garnacho, Højlund and Malacia still waiting to see what happens with him. Chris, you were making a point mainly on Antony, you know, who's a sale there of 21.7 million. We heard 3 years ago going for 80 million to Man United.
I mean, Manchester United's recruitment. I mean, Højlund as well. They brought him in for an absolute fortune. Now he's away on loan. Sancho was brought in as well. I mean, the money Manchester United. You speak about their goalkeeping problems. The recruitment at that club for the last number of years is incredibly bad. You know, you look and you think, you know, it's Manchester United. I mean, even like Rashford's wages. I mean, he doesn't. He signs what he's offered. You know, so the amount of money the club has wasted now for a long period of time, somebody does really need to get a grip of it from top to bottom.
So what have you made of it? Because it does seem like Manchester United, they make these massive deals, the players come in and then it all gets a little bit ugly. They're all training in a separate location to the others, their changing rooms are different. Where do they go after this? Have they got to change their strategy? Their changing rooms are different. Where do they go after this? Have they got to change their strategy?
Yeah, 100%. Like, the recruitment hasn't been good enough. And we were talking about it on the show on Saturday, and we were saying the manager's changing as well. So I think, you know, the style's changing. So then you're bringing in different players to fit with that style. So at some point, they've got to be patient. They've got to stick with the manager. They've then got to build with that manager and bring the right players in that are going to, you know, sort of play that style. So, yeah, when, you know, I looked at the start of the transfer window and you thought, OK, they've brought in some good attacking players. They're players that they needed because, you know, they didn't score enough goals, they didn't create enough chances last season. But then you also looked at the midfield area and you thought, well, to play the way that Amrin wants to play, they need probably more legs and more athleticism in there. Then you looked at the goalkeeper situation, which I know that they're addressing with Lammens. Whether he's the right goalkeeper or not, I'm not too sure. But yeah, when you look at that and you look at the amount of money that they've spent and then what they're going for, the recruitment certainly hasn't been good enough.
Do you think, Michael, they've got rid of the right players? And what I mean by that, you know, you're looking at, I mean, Garnacho you can claim as an academy project, but it's still a great player on his day. Looking at this team, do you think they've made the right decisions?
Well, you can go along from there. Sancho, Aston Villa. I mean, Antony, you're losing just under £60 million in 3 years. Remarkable. Marcus Rashford gone on loan. Garnacho, Højlund field from Malacia. I mean, Garnacho, you could talk about professionalism, body language. I mean, and we buoyed it. It's just remarkable. A football club of Manchester United can waste money like they do and not get it right. I mean, you make the odd mistake, but it just seems to be constant with Manchester United. And you look at the money spent now. I mean, they've gone with Cunha and Bruno, who big fans of. But it wasn't too long ago we were saying I'm a big fan of Sancho, like Rashford, like Garnacho, and then they're all out the door. So there's something not quite right. A mentality, a mindset of going, it's a heavy shirt to play in. But I'm going to knuckle down, I'm going to be good. Mainu, what happens with Mainu? He was wanting a loan move. It wasn't long ago, there was a picture with three of them, Højlund, Mainu and Garnacho, sat there all happy. The future of Manchester United. How it's all gone wrong. And there just seems to be a knock-on effect year after year, and Sue touched about on changing the manager. They have to get something right, they have to stick with it, and they've got to have a plan. And it just don't seem to have it at the moment in time, because they just waste so much money.
You look at even Scott McTominay, who has went to Napoli. He's been a victim of the poor recruitment, and they've moved him on, obviously to free up money. But he played under every manager. You know, he's a good, talented player. He's went and showed that in Naples, and you look at him now, they keep signing in players. I mean, it's just a graveyard.
It's interesting to see that they are getting rid of, you know, and that was, I think, the fan perspective on the Kobbie Mainoo thing was almost like it would be the last straw if it had gone. But it is like they're looking at the net profit of, OK, we can get Garnacho out. He's an academy, you know, talent that we've had. We're going to make pure profit back on that. Same with Scott McTominay. So, you know, but when you see who has left and then you've got who's come in, you know, Dorsey was touching on it, Mbeumo, Cunha, you've got Šeško up top now. Are Man United stronger now than where they were at the start of the window?
Yeah, I think they are. They're stronger. They are stronger. I think Mbeumo and Cunha makes Man United strong. The jury's out on Šeško. this jury's still out on
would
it.
you spend
But
that
he hasn't played enough
He hasn't played enough
games
But why
at the
hasn't he
moment.
played
Why
enough
would you
games?
spend-
But why have you spent 70 million on him and you keep him on the bench? Why not put him integrate? And they played, no disrespect, they played Burnley at home on the weekend. Why are you not starting your centre forward to try and get him confidence?
He was
as
claiming
well?
that he was
And
suffering
then, all
from
right,
cramp
so
on.
then Cunha
from
gets
Grimsby.
injured
Yeah.
and then you don't bring him on.
Yeah.
You still don't bring him on. And as the number 9, I understand suffering from cramp against Grimsby. Grimsby dominated them. They didn't come alive in the
That's
second.
why they said he took the last penalty.
Nah, even if I've got cramp, I'm taking the first 5. If you pay 70 million, I've got to stand up and be counted for. But I'm not blaming Sesko, because if he should be the one who says to the manager, I want to prove myself. But I do think their window, they've got a strong window. I do think they look better, but Cunha's just picked up an injury, and Romano's obviously got his goal again on the weekend, and Bruno scores the winning goal. But they are stronger, but they've got problems, and we've said that. Boydie's spot on. Their recruitment is nowhere near good enough. If you look at the list of players there, they're all talented. Why is it not working at that football club? There must be a reason why it's not working. Is it down to the individual, or is it down to someone at that football club who can't get the best out of them?
The other thing is, you look at the players as well. I mean, Marcus Rashford is Barcelona. Sancho, he was at Chelsea last year. He's got Villa.
Yeah.
Like, it's not as if they're just going to clubs where it's
Garnacho,
Chelsea,
Yeah.
Hoyland, Napoli, champion. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Is this a victim of the change in manager though? Like you're looking at, I mean, Tyrell Malacia, for instance, right, is an Eric Ten Hag signing.
Yeah.
He's now
but
gone.
we said
As soon as
that,
he's gone, now Amorim doesn't want him. Michael, what would you say?
Yeah, that happened. Eric Ten Hag signed Anthony for a ridiculous amount of money. He wanted him.
Also like Garnacho as well.
Yeah, and paid way over the price. You have to do. Manager comes in going, I want that player out. And Sesko now might be the same as what Hoyland is. I was one when Hoyland went in going, give him time. It was a disaster for Manchester United. Could Sesko be another one? They have to get him. When you're paying that much money, I'll get him fit
who's
playing
signing him then?
That is the question.
Because if you're
Surely
a
the
manager,
manager's got to tick
and
off
you're
that.
under pressure and you sign somebody for the amount of money that they've signed Sesko for, the first thing you're doing is putting them in your team.
Exactly.
You're not looking to create problems with not playing them. And then people are going to question, you've spent another fortune on a striker, you're not playing them. They need to get them in the team. So if that's not the case, who's signing them?
Yeah.
I think, Sue, a lot has been said obviously about Šeško here, but you still look at it in terms of Mbumo, Cunha, 2 Premier League proven players that could take Man United to that next level. Is it also about working out
The top half?
Yeah, well seeing those 2 players who are Premier League proven, know what they want in front of them. The manager's clearly favouring Mason Mount at the minute. Is that what he's just trying to work out? I've got these 2 boys that...
Manchester United moved the market. The departure of Bruno Fernandes for an impressive $105 million is official. The agreement, closed with Sporting, marks the end of an era at the English club, which now focuses on renewing its squad. Bruno, an idol of the Red Devils, leaves not only a space, but also a leadership gap on the pitch. In addition to Bruno, 6 other players also leave the club. Among them are athletes who were not being used regularly and who are looking for new challenges in different European leagues. This reformulation is part of United's strategic plan, which aims to assemble a younger and more ambitious squad for the coming seasons. At the same time, United confirmed that they had reached an agreement with Lammens, reinforcing the intention of bringing in important pieces to balance the team. The board has been working to sign players who fit Erik ten Hag's style, betting on speed, physical strength, and versatility. The goal is to assemble a squad capable of vying for the Premier League title and competing strongly in the Champions League. Fans are already showing anxiety and uncertainty on social networks. Many point out that the departure of Bruno Fernandes will be difficult to overcome, but they are confident that's policy can bring new stars. The club's financial management also gains prominence, as the sale of Bruno represents a significant profit, enabling investments in quality reinforcements without compromising the budget. Meanwhile, rumors of possible signings continue to circulate. Prominent names in European football are on the agenda, and the board is looking not only for substitutes, but for players who can raise the team's level. Pressure on Ten Hag is increasing, but he has already demonstrated his ability to lead reconstruction processes at the club. And what did you think of Bruno's $105 million departure? Was it a good deal, or has the club lost its greatest talent? Leave your opinion in the comments, and follow all the news about his debut with the new team here